Going on YouTube? It's your buddy Will from the What's Up in the Sky 37 channel, online at www.whatsupinthesky.com. Lots of good stuff going on over there. And yes, opportunity is still sending back gems. This is a mosaic that NASA put together. It's been white balanced, enhanced by them already, so I didn't have to do too much to it. All I did was sharpen it one time with the Smart Sharpen. And look at some of this stuff up in here and sit back and relax. This is going to take a little while to do. Let me show you where to get it from. You might want to go ahead and download it. If you have two screens, put one up here, put the video on one. Um, this is from my buddy David V. Sent this over. I'm not even going to attempt his last name. He's from overseas, I believe, and I don't want to be rude and mispronounce his last name. But I've been looking at this picture since it came out, and just so much in here to notice. Um, and let's get right at it. And the description, like I said, check the description. And if you're not on if you're on YouTube, check out the What's Up in the Sky article. Every video I've made for the last probably like 200-300 videos, I make an article where I actually type up an article and I add all sorts of up close images. So I take this and I take the enhanced version and I blow it up, make sure you can see it real well. Sometimes if I got time, I'll point arrows to things, but let's get into this thing. What tore this up? It almost looks like I don't even, I'm kind of lost for words here. And if you watch my videos, I'm not usually lost for words. It's pretty cool. It's almost as if this rock or whatever it is almost looks like sheet metal of some sort that's just been here. Or if it's rock, it just kind of was so hot or molded in some fashion. Of course, if you watch my videos, I think that there was a civilization on Mars. Maybe they knew how to melt rock. Maybe the elements not the whole different. It's unstable there. It's whole different. But check out some of the color in these. They, like I said, NASA pulled this one out. This one wasn't me. But even you just have very interesting pieces. Oh, not just the fact that there's like a window here or like a little shape like an onion right there, just kind of cut into these rocks. And you can see the sands build up in it. It's opened wide open. You can see the back part of it here as well. Down here it comes down. There's like a piece that comes down around, and check that out. It's like ornate. Um, Out here you've got, and this thing's getting bigger, and you can still see it. You got like a 90-degree piece of something here. Too cool, I must say. I'm really impressed with this one. That this Opportunity Rover is still kicking them back. That thing's been rolling around forever. What, 10 years I think they just celebrated. And look at this up here. Not much to say, only that it looks kind of like a sculpture. And I think that's it. If you watch my channel, I think Mars was just destroyed at some point in a total planetary cataclysm, war, something happened that destroyed this area. And Mount Sharp was picked for a good reason. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but since we've seen the artifacts here, I have a good idea of what it was. Um, well, look at some of these shapes in here. Wait till you get up in here, it kind of looks like petroglyphs and stuff. Even here, things that look to be kind of carved out. Nothing random about a lot of this stuff. And just like old Uncle Jake's junkyard, he's got a lot of stuff here. And we think that a lot of it's buried. Where you see the sand, that color, that dark dirt, that this stuff comes and goes just with the seasons. Most likely, when the wind blows and the dust devils come in, it shines these up a little bit. Sometimes it takes them, and then when the dirt comes back over, it looks like this down here. I think we see that all along Mars, everywhere we go. But this to me looks like total petroglyphs or something along those lines. Look, it's got that S we see all over Mars. This is like a unit. It looks like a tuning fork shape. We saw that in my last video. Over here you've got very interesting pieces. Watch, let me see if I can get my sharpening tool out just a little bit. And you guys who know me, I'm a little weary about using the sharpening tools and stuff like that, because especially burn tool. I never really use the burn tool. I don't like bringing out stuff that's not there. A lot of people think that it can pull things that are behind it, but I've just never had much luck to where I've gone out back and taken pictures, and then come inside and used the like that blur tool, and brought out things that weren't there to begin with. So I don't think I'm doing much good here with the with it. So they've done such a good job of just giving us this picture. Here, let me go back to this piece right here, because look at this. It looks like some sort of just petroglyphs at the top of the hill, and it definitely looks destroyed. As it comes down, there's pieces and stuff all over it. Check that one out right there, that little piece. Let me get this big. I always forget that a lot of you guys look on phones and it's not as blurry. I'm on a 26-inch monitor, 27-inch iMac. Over here, I've got a 50-inch TV that I look at. And so it can look really blurry to me up in my face. But then when I go look at my phone, I'm like, ah, man, I can't believe I didn't do that. I didn't get closer on that or pull something up. So let's slowly go rotate back on over here. Like I said, this is in false color. I didn't do the coloring on this. This is NASA's work. Um, we'll go back and show you it again here before it's over. Look at the blue rocks. Check that out. Pretty neat. And you're really going to find some cool stuff as we keep on moving over. It's coming up next. Okay. Look here. Looks like we have a lot of, it looks like it's been colored that put this color all over, because it's a little bit different than everywhere else. Look at the color of the sand over here compared to, to over here. It almost looks like sand, like we would find at one of our beaches here. But look at the tiers to it, almost like there's a architecture or something to it. Here you've got one, up here you've got it, and it's been pointed out. Right, like I said, these two look like rubber stamps, and down here as well. Um, Pretty interesting, I must say. I love it. Let's go back up through here. Check this out. This L piece right here. It comes down. I said, Uncle Jake's Junkyard. We have a block for whatever your need. And this stuff doesn't have to be. We don't know when this cataclysm or whatever happened. It could have freeze dried a lot of this stuff. It could have. A lot of people say it could have mummified things. You know, it's. Who knows? I know what we're looking at look like stones that have carvings in them. They look like places we find here on Earth. And most of my videos, I've shown that to you guys. So sorry if I'm making you guys sick. I'll just keep looking in at some of these other ones. Look at a nice P up here. Or this could be a whole fake land that NASA's created for us, you know. And I don't I don't find that to be too out there as well. Just for the sake of coming over and look at that. Look at more another piece right here, just a totally different color stone. Seems to have patterns on it. You get in close, it's harder to see. Of course, it blurs out, but um, all right. Now let's keep on going back this way. Just kind of interesting, not too much. This whole little rock pile, especially over here where it gets like that. And you know, some of the break in there may just be because it's a panorama, because I see it runs down through here. So some of these, but even if this was a break because of it, look how it just kind of comes up, and it looks like that little piece is manufactured. It was part of a wall at some time. All right, now let's go over here. I'm using my buddy's he sent along a little sheet that he made. And I just wanted to go over, he pointed out an awful lot of good stuff. Um, so there's, this right here is just too cool. I want your thoughts on that. If you could start typing your thoughts on that, that would be awesome. And now let's check out this up here as well. We did do this. We checked out this a little bit where it's got the Tuna Fork looking thing. I mean, pretty cool. And I know I see a lot of faces in this stuff. I try to stay away from, but some of them look pretty in your face. I know that's a lot of that human eyes do that, but especially when you put symmetry with it, like where you can actually see something and it's more of a line that comes down through it. Now check that out there too. That's pretty neat. Kind of up and runs over there. There's a spot on here I saw that had an archway on it. And I'm so upset that I didn't mark it. And I want you guys to see it so bad. And I think it's over on this side. Look at this little stone circle pieces right here. Up here, this piece right here looks like it comes together as one. I would just love to be able to go under the sand here and dig around and look. I'm going to bring it over here one more time and see if I can't find it. It was almost like a little archway, and you could see under it had a. See, look at that! Almost is like the shape of a saucer building with the little circle at the beginning. You could just see it had under it the piece. Well, maybe it's over here. So let me make you sick, real sick, guys. Sorry about that. Not trying to make you throw up, but see, that tells you we'll mark that stuff as it comes up and you see it. Look at the blue stuff, just the randomly blue rocks down there. Pretty cool. Here you got just interesting pieces, stuff that looks like it's been carved and battered and tossed around. A lot of this stuff looks like it's been nice and tucked into the dirt. Like not a much. It's you don't see the pieces of it, how it's coming down or running around. All right, let me make sure I got on his stuff. What am I doing correct? All right, here we go. Look at this piece right here. Uncle Jake's junkyard. When I say like it looks like it's got symmetry, like you could cut the things right in the middle and just kind of fold them over, and it would look like it would work. Different colored rocks, pretty cool. Just even these pieces right here close to us are neat. Ooh, look at that. What in the world? Check that out. That's pretty cool. It's even got 1, 2, 3 similar sized indents, almost like it's a piece of something on the way up. And look at the geometry on it. And it's not, it looked like it was perfect at one time, but you have to remember we're looking at ruins. When you're looking at Egypt ruins or you're looking at ruins from Mexico, these things have been weathered. And we all know that Mars had weather, so of course it's been weathered, and it's not going to look pristine. It wasn't kept in pristine order. Something smashed this planet and took it to town, basically. So let's keep rocking and rolling through here, see what we see. What's this down here? So much to this panorama. I hope you've already downloaded it by now. If you hit the download button before we started, you should have the full thing. It's unless you got really slow internet access, which some of us do. Some of us do. Sometimes it takes forever to get these things uploaded. Check this piece out here. It's almost got like a bridge coming across. And when I say bridge, it's a rock bridge. But over here where it comes together, there's a perfect spear on it. Let me blow that up for you guys so you guys can actually see that. This is just off on the rock. This is just part of this little cut through here, but up here, these aren't connected to that little sphere thing. At least that doesn't look like it to me. You got this piece, and then it's just big enough to fit on that piece, which has this little tube that kind of runs over to here. Interesting stuff. We don't know the processes on Mars. Hell, we barely know the processes here on Earth. That's kind of cool looking right there. Let me make sure that I'm not missing anything major that was pointed out because there's a whole nother side of this picture. Like I said, when I said I should grab your coffee and get ready to sit and hold on tight. All right, let's just take this little ride here. I'm going to bring us back and take a look at the whole thing. Here it is right there. Back up here. What in the world is that thing just sitting there at the top? It almost looks like a bullet or a little football, perfect for this time of year. Just sitting there. It's pretty shiny. It definitely looks like it's been polished at one time, and just kind of up there at the top of everything. Interesting stuff. I love it. I love what I do here. I say people come and say, "Why? How do you sit there and do this?" And if you're sitting here watching it now, I'm doing my job. Or if if you're not watching this, you'll never see this. Hopefully, you've grabbed the picture and you've taken it and you're doing your own research because that's really what I'm out for. I want us all to be looking at this stuff and showing our friends and family and saying, "Look, there was stuff on Mars. They're not coming clean because honestly, any of us can find this stuff with just a simple look. See, there's more of that symmetry I'm talking about. Look at it. It's a beautiful white rock, but if you cut it right in half, it almost looks like it would fold right in on each other. Look at the that's cool. Whatever that is right there. Here you got more. more of it, but it's got a perfect triangle. It's almost like an arrow looking piece to it. Um, ooh, more and more and more. I'm telling you, my eyes see. I see what I see. You see what you see. But my eyes see some pretty cool stuff here. Look at that. There's like a ring around this piece. This almost looks like a piece of machinery. So you've got a cut down through the center of it. This thing's got something coming out of it. Almost looks like an old dilapidated engine that tied into something. Who knows what it would tie into? And let's say I think in Earth terms all the time, and sometimes I got to think outside the box of my Earth terms. I guess that's really only the only thinking we have, though. What I've seen in my lifetime is what I can equate a lot of this stuff to. All right, let's see what we've got down here. Anything interesting? Look at these down. I just can't believe Opportunity Rover is still out cranking these things in. It's amazing. It was built a lot smaller than Curiosity. Its tires look a lot nicer. I don't know if Curiosity is going to be able to go as long as it has with the tires the way they are. But check this out. It's kind of interesting. Ooh, look at that piece right there. That was a little perfect circle on the end there. It almost looks like it's got a little handle attached to it. What we got here? A little basin. And I love how people come. Here's another thing that I'm gonna start doing a reply to comments thing, a video. I promise. This fall, I've got all sorts of good stuff planned for my channel. That we're gonna be interacting so much more. It's been such a busy summer. I usually do not have busy summers either. Ever since Pop died, I'm doing my job, my hobby, his work, all sorts of stuff going on at once here. So this fall, I can't wait to sit down and get some of these ideas out with some of my fellow friends. We got a lot of people that are involved in these. Everybody can hunt these. That's what I love about it. Check that out. It almost looks like a crystal shape with the Terminator at the end of it. That's pretty cool. And my crystal friends will know what that is. I got a crystal collection like you wouldn't believe. Um, I'm sure some of you guys collect crystals. How many of y'all down there collect crystals? If you collect crystals and you're still here, we're getting late into it. 17 minutes in. Comment below. Let me know you do. I was just interested to see how many other full-grown men and women collect crystals. I love them. I got a whole slew of them. Some really cherished ones too. This piece is kind of interesting. It almost looks like it's a little dark on this, but just looks like it's been kind of manufactured. Over on this side, doesn't seem to be as much. Well, what we got over here? Just kind of an interesting piece with a 90-degree angle on it. Who knows? This picture's got an awful lot on it, and I'm wondering if that's why, this is how they stuck it out. I mean, this is still just a testament to how beautiful and amazing Opportunity and Spirit Rover were. I mean, these things are not nuclear powered like Curiosity. These are roaming around stealing electricity and batteries from the sun. This right here is kind of cool. And it makes me wonder if we're looking at this in a little bit of a false perspective, and maybe even if it's not more like this. And if the ruins themselves were a little bit off, maybe coming down around there. But look at that right there. What in the world is that? First, not the O-ring there, not the over, whatever that is. Looks like a seashell right out of one of our places here on Earth. Do I still have mine out? I don't have mine out. I just got my guitars and my mess behind me. But interesting stuff. Look at that. Just some kind of blocks. I love to see. Now, these are one of the areas, especially where Opportunity is. This is where I like to dig. Curiosity right now, where they are, they got stuff just sitting right for us to see it. Anybody, I'm going to be on Richard Hoagland's show October 2nd. We're talking nothing but Mars anomalies here, and a couple other things, how I use ELA to take a look at things, the air level, basically technology to prove that NASA's been tampering stuff. Check these things out, man. Everywhere you look, there's something interesting. So, mm, look at the way these are shaped. Huh. I still can't wrap my mind around exactly what Mars was, you know, how far along advanced they were. I know they were advanced as our ancients here. I do believe that, and I think that our ancients here on Earth were much further along than what we give them credit for, or what science gives them credit for, because science based itself on, a lot of people go to school for a long time, a lot of people study a lot of things, and when they, especially in the archaeology fields, when they find stuff that doesn't match their current way of thinking, a lot of the stuff gets hid. Jonathan Gray, forbidden archaeology. Some people call him a quack. Some people say, I love the way he writes. He writes in where it's like it's interesting to read. And if you haven't read any of his books, I suggest you read Forbidden Archaeology. It talks a lot about things that have already been found, the giants that have been found, skeletons, how they've been hidden from us in the past. And I look at a planet like Mars, if this is on Mars, and I do believe that we are there, I am one of those people that believe it, and I get the flack for it by the people who don't believe it on my channel. When I see this stuff, it doesn't look like, um, unless it's being done on a set, it doesn't look like anywhere in the U.S. that I've been. So maybe somewhere else, but most people say we would be doing it in a Nevada desert or Arizona, something along those lines. I think that we're have these things up on Mars and we're getting things back. We're just not getting full color, beautiful images. Opportunity set is this looks better than half the mass cam shots on Curiosity we've gotten back. I think what we're in a slow disclosure that's speeding up. And you and I and everybody else are part of this. And sharing these things with people, maybe not a 20-minute long video, maybe some of the shorter ones. And my friends from the United Family of Anomaly Hunters, any Mars anomalies, people who are doing this and actually you feel are doing it and giving it justice and not just putting junk out there. Share that stuff with your family and friends. Let's make this happen faster. I don't think everybody's going to freak out if it's done correctly, and maybe the slow rollout's the way it needed to go. Brookings Institute made a lot of valid points in that short paragraphs. A couple paragraphs talked about disclosure and what would happen if we found out there were other races. I think it's going to go from water. Here's what NASA is going to. It's going to go from we found ancient water to we found water, flowing water, which were there already. Next is going to be we found relics, and or possibly organisms, small organisms. But the stone relics are right in everybody's face on all of the rovers. All three rovers have them. And when the media puts stuff out, usually they put out the junk stuff. Of course, that's what media does. Uh, can't really say anything other than that. Every time we've seen it, every time we've done it, all the videos I have and the ones that go viral are the ones that they're so ambiguous they could be called anything. Like the coffin on Mars one that went viral. Wonderful, it went viral. But that was one of my videos that just like I was just showing you guys something interesting. Something that should have gone viral was 3 or 4 or 5 videos back when it has the foot of, you can see the foot of the statue, you can see the silhouette of the head of the statue, all from those molly cam shots. So all right guys, I will sit here and blabber on and start getting on rants if I let myself. Let me check this out down here one more time. You can see their P up there. Check that was kind of cool. Here's some more what I call symmetry, just where if you had the whole thing chopped in half and flipped it over, it looks like it would come together. But I think a lot of this should be much more clearer. And of course, we're getting the shaft. Um, and I think people, if you are a Photoshop expert or if you can enhance these even better than I can, send them to me. I'll add your enhancements with your name or your credit, whatever you want, to the website. I want people to come to whatsupinthesky.com, sign up for an account, and you'll be. Like I said, you don't have. It's free. You sign up and you can start joining the forums. We got a lot of people on the forums, but the more I look at this side over here, I see yet more. Buildings destroyed, effigy type things, just like we have. People say, well, one more thing on what other people always come and comment on. They always say, well, what did they have? Effigies, and they had these religious sanctities everywhere. And if we had a destruction here on Earth, a huge destruction here on Earth, you would think if I walk around here, most of the people have, there's wooden houses where I am, but some places have stone homes. They've got statues in their yards. They've got even you don't have to be rich to have a bird fountain or to have some sort of work that you've done, stonework that you've moved into places. This is the stuff we would be finding, and that's just on Earth. Mars has a lot. Who knows what the actual civilization was? I know that they picked these sites very carefully, and they've done a heck of a job, at least bringing us back stuff. So I want you guys to let me know what in the world is this, and how did it get twisted like that? Heat. There doesn't seem like signs of heat around here. So if it was done, maybe the wind from just from the sandstorms and stuff blew some of it off. But you guys let me know. Comment below. Let me make that as big as I can on the page. Much love to you. What's Up in the Sky 37. Check the website out, www.whatsupinthesky.com. Once again, thank you, David V. Peace.